hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
Okay, we are back with the after show because, well, we already did the other show, so this comes afterwards. We're having some fun. It is Father's Day. We're swapping stories about that. And Jim is with us. Hi, Jim.
Hello. Happy Papa's Day to you.
Well, you stole my line.
Michelle, you have to think for yourself. You let him say something, you say, well, that's what I was going to say.
That's what I was going to say. All right. Happy Father's Day, Tom. And Jim.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And Jim. That's right.
So, yeah, we're not telling you that, Michelle.
Fine.
We can get that fixed.
Oh.
And that's a wrap. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, you can be on Wheaties cartons and stuff.
It really didn't take long to go off the rails today,
Yeah, really,
that's for sure.
It's usually halfway through the after show before we get that bad. We have a gentleman waiting for us in Kansas who'd like to speak with us and have a...
How do you know he's a gentleman? That's the question.
Because he called Gun Talk.
All right, Gary, the question is, are you really a gentleman? That's what we want to know.
Yes, sir, I sure am.
Yeah, attaboy.
All right, there you go.
First-time caller. I've listened to 2 of your shows and find it really, really interesting. I'm not a gun owner, but I do have a story about my dad. We grew up.
Sure.
We just fished. You know, we were never hunters. We went fishing, camping. You know, all 9 yards. Well, we had a big family get-together, and there's probably 25, 30 of us out at a lake on the Nenaskaw River down by Derby, Kansas, and my uncle had bought a .22 rifle, and we didn't know about guns or anything. Well, back in the day, they had lighter fluid you buy for your lighters, and it was about 45 to 50 yards on a bank, so 4 or 5, 6 of my uncles, man, they're shooting, they're not hitting nothing. I mean, they're just going crazy. Everybody's like, man, nobody can hit it. So my uncle said, Jim, you want to shoot this? He said, yeah, give me a try. And little did I know that he was a marksman in the U.S. Air Force. I had no idea. And he made that lighter and every shot he took, I mean, he moved it every time. And my uncles were like, wow. And one of them kind of was a little hurt because he didn't think my dad could shoot anything. And I'm thinking, that's my dad. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's cool.
It was hilarious, And so I asked my dad, Dad, did you hunt when you was a kid? He said, well, not really, but I was a marksman in the Air Force. And I'm thinking, wow, I'd never do it. Never do it. And I'm not even a gun owner. This is the second show I've listened to you, and I love it. So I think about getting a conceal and carry deal. But, yeah, it was just amazing. I mean, to see him do that, and all my other uncles who shot it, man, they didn't even come close. And he just, every shot, I don't think it even settled down before he hit again. Just bam, 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 bam. It was great.
You were so proud of your dad.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he was the man,
Gary, are you an NRA member?
No, I'm not.
You are now. I'm gonna buy you a 1-year membership. Get you started out right.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
What I'll do is we'll call you after the show's over here, probably in about a half hour, so we'll give you a buzz. We have your number, and we'll get you all hooked up.
Oh, thank you. That's great. That is absolutely great. And, hey, happy Father's Day, everybody out there.
Same to you, Gary. Thanks for calling. Appreciate that.
Get them started right,
That's very cool, Jim.
Heck yeah. I like seeing new people get into it.
Yeah, no kidding. He doesn't own a gun. He just discovered Gun Talk, and he likes it. He's listening, so that's kind of fun.
Well, now you listen to the after show, we may have changed that.
Yeah, he may never.
Yeah. That's true. That may be the end of that.
I really like that one guy when he's by himself, but who are you guys?
Voices in his head.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no, we're out of here. All right. Oh, man.
That's cool.
It is interesting. People have skills that you don't know about. It's like somebody you have known for a while, and Jim, you'll identify with this, who picks up a guitar or sits down at a piano and just starts to play, and you're going, I had no idea.
Right.
And it happens all the time. And you just never came up in conversation. And in this case, he just never mentioned that he was a good shot, but it turned out he was.
Yeah, well, he wasn't a braggart, obviously, because everybody would have known prior. Yeah, that's cool. That's a neat story.
Good point.
I wonder if you ever fessed up to the other guys and said, "Oh, by the way."
Oh, yeah. By the way, I used to do this in the Air Force. That's So
It'd be better to keep it to yourself.
Oh, well. Yeah, exactly right. That's right. I can do this thing. Tell you what, guys, let's take a quick break here. We'll come back. We can expand upon the whole Father's Day deal because it is an important day, and we'll do some of that. So we'll be right back. Well, give us about 60 seconds, and we'll be right back with you.
At Stag Arms, our firearms are built to exceed limitations and push boundaries. The Stag 10 and 10S from Stag Arms offer recreational and avid .308 shooters better accuracy and performance. Custom-designed forgings give the Stag 10 and 10S tighter tolerances and a modernized style, all while retaining the strength of mil-spec parts. Each model carries Stag Arms' transferable lifetime warranty and infinite shot barrel guarantee. Find out more at stagarms.com.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy. For unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts, choose Sig Sauer. Visit sigsauer.com today.
All right, back with you with the after show. Got Michelle and Jim who joined us, and we're talking about Father's Day. So, Michelle, Father's Day, what happens in your family?
Well, it's pretty quiet for us this time because my son is, of course, enlisted military, so he's not at home, and my daughter is on duty today, so she is not at home. So it is my husband and I, and we will get together tomorrow, most likely, for a more or less family dinner. That's what we're doing. Yeah, a little belated, but it's all about the celebration of the father that I have for my children, who's awesome and has continued to pass down in the best way known to continue the shooting heritage that we have, and our kids both are involved in that. They shoot. My son is competitive. My daughter can be, but she likes the social competitive side of it. It's funny because we started our children we were active in the NMLRA. My husband was shooting with Thompson Center at the time, and we would go to Friendship, Indiana all the time. And my daughter this year, after a couple of years of having not gone, had to go back and just had to visit all the family members that we've had. And, so many people's like, "Oh, where's your dad? He needs to get down here." And, how's your family? And after all that time has passed, they're still such a part of our lives. Yeah, that it was just so cool. So she was elated to have gone down there. And, it's just one of those pride things you carry along. Like, yeah, this was us. This is part of us always.
It's our identity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these things like the National Muzzleloading Rifle Association, we get together and shoot in friendship for the national championships. That's like summer camp, because you see the same people year after year after year, and you spend time with them, and they become not just friends, it's almost extended family, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we'd be competitors on the line. Somebody's gun goes down. I've got the part, you didn't think about charging anybody. It's like, here you go. Here it is. Get your gun going. And, when it was all done at the end of the night, the majority of us sat together and had what I'm going to say is a family dinner, just sharing stories and sitting around the campfire, and you get up the next morning and you were competitors all over.
And then you invoiced them.
Yeah, then we invoiced them, yeah. There's always an ice cream cone bet on the line.
Oh, yeah, of course. At least an ice cream cone bet.
Right.
Sure.
But, there's fond memories that have come out of the shooting side of the world for my kids. And, my husband's father passed that down to him, and he's doing the best that he can and did in passing along to our children as well. So it is a part of us, and it's an awesome side to be able to show to the world that we're not bad people. And especially when we're dealing with these shootings that just happened with our congressman in D.C., I mean, we're not bad people. It's just there are bad people out there with access to firearms, so...
No, that's exactly right. And sometimes it takes a good person with a gun to stop that person.
Exactly. So
it's just, there's nothing good about it that we have to do that. But I guess it's less bad than if we just let the bad guy run roughshod and kill as many people as he wants to. So, it's the old deal of how are you going to stop a guy who's trying to kill people? You just have to shoot him. I wish you didn't have to do that, but there you go.
Some people need to be shot, I believe is the saying, right?
Yes, Clint Smith, exactly right.
Yeah.
So...
I had a reverse psychology idea I wanted to run by you guys.
Yes?
I think instead of they should introduce a bill or try to introduce a bill that says all politicians in general across the board, their lives are more valuable than their constituents. Try to get that passed first and then go for the gun thing.
Isn't that what they're doing in a way? They're just not saying it.
It's worded differently.
They actually believe it. It's just a case of if you could get them to vote on something that said it exactly that way, getting reelected might be a little bit of a challenge.
Oh, damn.
But trust me, they do believe that they are much more important and a lot more special than we are.
Sure. You mean they're not?
It just is. Look, I get it. They have important jobs. I certainly understand that. But it's the job. It's not you. So, especially when it comes to staying alive, who gets to do that?
The Bee Gees did.
Bee Gees stayed alive.
Bee Gees stayed alive, yeah.
Guess what? Now they use that song as you sing that while you're doing CPR. Yep, right?
Oh, God.
No, that's right. That gets the count right when you're doing your chest compressions.
Staying alive, staying alive. Jam a ballpoint pen into your trachea. Make you breathe. No? That's the
I think you may have gone... That was in chapter 3 of the medical book.
That didn't get much air.
The live version. Yes. I think we need a cool down period here.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
It is warm here. Holy cow.
It's affecting everything.
You guys collect yourselves, and we will be back in just a minute.
Sorry, Dad.
Get the fastest semi-automatic trigger for your AR rifle with Franklin Armory's BFS trigger. The binary firing system offers a 3-position selector for binary, semi, and safe modes. In binary mode, your AR fires 1 round on pull and 1 round on release. Works in any AR, is easy to install, no paperwork needed. 100% U.S. made, patent pending. The BFS trigger from Franklin Armory. At a dealer near you or at franklinarmory.com.
You know and trust Springfield Armory. Now that trusted gunmaker has an AR-15 rifle with all the features you want. The Saint features a mid-length gas system, a heavy tungsten buffer, and a 16-inch chrome Molly barrel with a 1-in-8 twist rate. Plus, the Saint has Bravo Company's Key Mod handguard. The next generation of America's personal defense rifle. See video of the Saint in action at springfield-armory.com. That's springfield-armory.com.
I think we're back, but I don't think we have been collected or cooled down at all in the interim here.
Oh, God, I wish I had a valid excuse.
I thought you were going to say, I wish I had a Valium.
No, maybe, I guess, but wow. What a crazy day here.
Oh.
A little bit loony day. It was interesting. Gary, who was talking about the story of his dad, people didn't know what a good shot he was. Everybody always knew my dad to be either a fisherman or a hunter or a rifle shooter. But they didn't know about him with shotguns, which was always interesting. And it's funny, it's one of those deals that in cleaning out things after the fire we had a couple of weeks ago, and our books, for the most part, were all okay. We're just going to send them out and get them all cleaned. But I found a copy of Shotguns by Keith, Elmer Keith's book. Huh. And it was autographed to Dad, 1969, in Salmon, Idaho, where he lived, and it said, to one of our finest shotgun shooters, Rich Gresham.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about a feather in your cap, no doubt.
Yeah. He was, a surprisingly excellent shotgun shooter and never practiced. He would shoot, clay targets once a year and then go out and beat guys that shot, weekly, competed weekly. He just had that natural ability. He was a natural athlete.
It's a shame that those kind of skills aren't hereditary.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Holy smoke. But you are spot on, my friend. Though I can hit any clay target as long as I wait until it lands.
Still in the box.
That's right. Or I can break them all the clay targets in the case if I can drop it from high enough.
Right?
Honey, you're back so soon. I broke them all.
Broke them all. Yeah, just throw them out of the back of the truck. It's fine. It's good now. Oh, well.
This has nothing to do with guns, but I just got a text before the show started. I thought it was hilarious in a could-have-been bad kind of way. Buddy of mine bought a new boat, and he's not a boat guy, and he has no boating experience. So he went boating, and he sent me a picture of the back of his truck. I tease his wife constantly about being a lousy driver. I said, wife must have backed up into a tree or something, huh? Because the back window's blown out on the Suburban, and the back hatch is all caved in.
No.
Yeah. I said, so what'd she back in there? He said, no.
Came in a little hot,
didn't secure that boat properly and hit the brakes.
Oh,
and
no.
The boat came into the Suburban. Going, oh, man.
Inertia being what it is.
And all.
Yes.
Yeah. So
the property of an object once in motion wants to stay in motion. Yes.
Tends to do those kind of things. So it has nothing to do with guns, but I just wanted to laugh at my buddy Ronnie, and hopefully he'll hear this, and he'll
appreciate you even more.
Put it under his belt.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Ronnie, this one's for you, bud. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, stuff happens.
Well, I will tell the story about safety chains are good. I'm just here to tell you on trailers, because I went and pulled my mother's bass boat out of.
Your mom had a bass boat?
My mother had a bass boat.
How cool.
Dad had his bass boat. She had her bass boat. Oh, yeah. She was a terrific fisherwoman. Yeah. So I was able to use her bass boat. We picked it up, and it was only a mile back to the house, so why bother putting on the chains, right?
Sure, what could happen?
So we're driving down the road, I don't know, going 35, 40, and I look over to my right and go, wow, that boat looks just like Mom.
No, stop it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
But it did stop when it hit the telephone pole.
Oh.
Yeah. That wasn't good.
So Mom renamed the boat after you and just took the B off the name, right? No longer a bass boat. You did what?
So, yeah, safety chains are good. And learning how to use equipment is good. Don't assume that you know stuff. Oh, here's a stat for you. More than half of the instances of people falling overboard and drowning are guys standing on the side taking a leak.
Oh, jeez.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Oh.
No. It would be safe to say that alcohol may be a factor in some of this. Just saying.
Wow.
So just one of those deals of actually I don't even know what the takeaway is on that. Just other than don't do that.
There's got to be a tie into guns.
Don't do that. Yeah, there is, but even on the after show, we're not going to go there. Aye. So, a Ruger 10mm 1911, what do you think?
That's exciting, yeah.
Heck yeah.
It is exciting. It's kind of cool. It's very cool.
Well, it's nice that they keep the industry growing. I'm going to say growing and introduce new items like that and get
new products,
interest.
Jazzing it up.
Yep, absolutely.
And I was in Massachusetts last week at Smith & Wesson shooting the new model 66 and 69 L-frame 357 and 44. So now we have a 44 Magnum and an L-frame, the smaller frame. It's a 5-shot in a 2 3/4 inch barrel. That's a nice rig, especially shooting it with 44 Special. It is effective, but not fun to shoot with 44 Magnum.
Imagine, yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
But another 10, now that we have real ammo.
Right.
It'd be awesome.
Well, they're seeing something in the industry. Otherwise, they wouldn't invest all that money in tooling.
Sure.
That's what I was thinking. They must have looked at it and said, okay, there's enough here. It's more than just a little niche cult thing. There's actually enough interest there to make it worthwhile to do this. And of course,
and Colt's
for
back
them to
making
chamber
their
this
10s.
pistol. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Colt has the Delta Elite now. Ruger had to spend enough money to do a lot of testing on their 1911 to make sure it would work and be safe and all of that.
That's what I was going to ask you, yeah. Because you seem to have to beef it up quite a bit because it's a lot hotter load than the 45 is.
They recommend that you shoot it one-handed and put the other hand back behind the slide to slow it down a little bit.
And grip it as high as possible. You don't need the web of your hand.
Yeah, why worry? But yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff. And so I'm thinking there are going to be some people who, if they can bring that out in a commander size, maybe, that would be a pretty sweet carry gun.
I love the commander size gun.
Yeah, just sweet. I put the thin grips on it and, go with the small hands package on it. I just think it's just super comfortable that way.
When they're making so many accessories to personalize, I mean, they're making all the G10 grips, and you can get them in different tactiles, depending on what kind of grip that you want, what kind of stippling that you want, if you want something that's really edgy and rough or something that's more smooth. And they're just really allowing the firearms to be customized at a very affordable price rather than having to find a gunsmith that does all the checkering and whatnot to the gun. You can take it home and do it yourself, which is what everyone wants to do anyways.
I love whatnot. You mean I can't order whatnot?
What? There's a lot of whatnots out there.
Tactical
That's
whatnot.
right. You whatnot?
But could you imagine a Commander in 10 with a laser? Laser's my new thing, by the way, since the past week.
It is?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, why is this?
Because of my bodyguard. I've been playing with my
That's
laser.
right. You got a bodyguard with a laser. That's right.
It is so cool. God, it's cool. That's about all I can say. It's cool. They're so practical. I mean, I can't believe I've had other lasers, but I haven't had one integrated like this. And I had some issues with my other one, etc. But I'm hooked. I mean, I've always promoted them, but never, didn't use them often. But that just changed.
Once you start really kind of using it, you're going, wow, this actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing that? Why is this not standard on every defensive handgun?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm thinking, man, I don't have to expose myself to still be able to take a shot if need be.
Well, what?
Oh, face it, you like to do that.
Okay, well, I expose myself almost every chance I get, but you know what I'm saying? You don't have to come out of cover or concealment to take a shot. You guys are pigs.
This is getting worse by the minute.
World's shortest after show.
Gosh, we really need to edit.
Yeah. We should save those capabilities. Oh.
His poor kitty, though. My goodness. The cat's getting driven crazy with that laser.
She's tormented.
I thought you were saying he had a Hello Kitty gun.
No. Well, he does have a pink firearm.
It's due Wednesday. Dude, you had to bring it up, didn't you?
Yep, there it is.
But seriously,
okay,
you don't have to make yourself vulnerable to get a shot off if need be. And that's so
perhaps.
fun.
I mean,
it's cool for dry fire.
You can use it
too.
in that way. It's cool for dry fire. It's cool for fast shooting. It's great for when you're trying to move and shoot at the same time when you can't line up sights. I mean, when you start playing with all the applications and what it does for you, you're just going, this just makes total sense.
Yep. My dog's like, Dad, why are you rolling around the living room? Shut up. Go eat.
Shut up. Try playing with a laser here. I've had it for 2 weeks and I've already run the battery out.
Hey, Crimson Trace, remember you said free batteries for life?
Did you fill out your product?
Yeah, that's just once a year, though, right? Damn.
That's once a year, not every month. Come on, guy. Oh, well. Did you have any trouble sighting it in, getting the laser adjusted?
No, actually, I had a guy at Cleveland's Outdoor World, plug number 2 weeks in a row. I had a guy there tweak it up for me, Andrew. Only because I had the problem I told you about the ammo. Somebody sent us an email this week about that, about potentially wrong cases being reloaded or something, possibly 9 mils. So when I had it there, and I said, oh, by the way, the laser is like Marty Feldman calibration at the moment. And he didn't know who Marty Feldman was because he was too young.
He's way too young.
But he's like, oh, it's nothing. It takes 2 seconds.
My gun's cross-eyed. Yeah. Come on, give me a break.
It takes 2 seconds. So he literally, in 45 seconds, dialed it in. We verified it was right on. It just
and once done, you just kind of forget about it. It's just good to check it every now and then to make sure that it's still where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do that even without firing if you look down the iron sights and see that. He taught me a little bit about alignment. He says, obviously, you don't want the dot right where you're aiming. You want it slightly below, I believe is what he said.
Right. I like it slightly below the. So if I use the iron sights and they're lined up perfectly, I don't see the laser.
Right.
But if I pick my head up just slightly, boom, there's the laser. I can see the dot.
Correct.
So that's the right way to have it set up.
And that's how it is. And I just think they're cool. So I'm going to have to start shopping for my GT10 and my GT20.
Lasers for everyone.
Yeah, I don't think she would ever say you get a laser, though. You get a laser.
Probably not.
No, I don't think
pop
so.
culture thing.
Yeah. Not thinking so.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go enjoy some Father's Day myself, and you guys do the same. Best to your families and to you, James.
Thank you, sir. Likewise.
All righty. And for those, just a heads up and a warning for everyone, next week, you two will be hosting the entire show.
What?
So everybody can schedule to do something else.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't know about this? Oh.
It was called Tom Gresham's Gun Talk at one point. I remember way back when.
Way back
remember
when.
that?
And now the after show is taken over.
Yeah.
So sorry, Tom.
Back before we got kicked off all those stations?
Yeah. It's like a virus, just kind of permeates. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. We had a blast last time, and
got our feet wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now we're in ankle deep.
Good deal. Yep. I will call in and heckle.
Yes, please.
Great.
All right, well, be good.
All right, guys, we enjoy it. I know you will.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk after show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out GunDealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk after show.